Podcast, and it's the third annual PWHL Awards recap show. That was the Saxons there. And as you can see, if you watched the video this year, no glad rags. No. It has been, I don't know about you guys, but it has been, since the end of the World Cup finals, it has been dreadful weather here in Blighty. It has been dreadful weather. The heat has been horrible. And so we decided this year we're not going to do the glad rags. We have got a fan in the works here now, but we can't switch it on during recording because it's so loud. It will pick up. Yeah, the noise of the bell will just pick up. So I thought this year, let's not bowl with the glad rags. We'll just go casual. We'll just go casual. Which is kind of what I would do if I ever had the honour to go on a red carpet. I think I would probably go full casual. So try and wear something like this, but have the jacket over, so I can at least look like I'm still smart. But really, I'm repping my league. But yeah, so. We didn't go glad rags for the nominee show a few weeks back, but so it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so we are here once again for the third annual award show. Although this year things were done a little bit differently. Yes. The first two award shows took place the day after the entry draft, but this year the awards was done the day before the entry draft. I'm not sure how I felt about that. I'm just not sure how I felt about that, but so that's it. Meant we knew all the awards before we got to a single draft pick in Detroit. But anyway, it's all fine. It's all fine. So here's how we're going to do it this year. This year we're going to do it in the order that the awards were announced. Yes. Yeah. So we got the All-Star teams and we got the Impact Award winners. We got the Hockey Award winner. They all got announced first. So we'll do them first, and then after that we'll then go into the respective categories. And basically on the Tuesday, it was pretty much I was on my phone for the whole night proceedings, on standby, ready to find out which award got announced when, and who then obviously got the gong. So we'll do the All-Star teams and rookie team first. We'll then do the Impact Award, we'll do them as well. Then we'll do the Hockey Award because that got announced first, and then we'll go through the categories in the order that they were announced. Okay, so it's a little bit different from the nominee show. Because for the nominee show, we did it in the order nominations were announced, not when it was now. As always, you will see the award winner on your screen. So in a moment, this is gonna go dual screen. Okay, you'll see the winner will appear on your screen. Just the winner this year. Last year we did the nominees and then the winner went on the screen. This year we'll just put the winner on the screen the moment we announce the gong. Okay? So that's how we're going to do it for all of the categories this year. And as I said, we're going to do it in the order they got announced. The results. Okay? And you're going to get our reactions to it. So, if it's anything like last year's award show, it's going to be quite eventful. Okay, so let's all go take a quick break, get yourselves, drinks, all that, what we need, and then we'll come back and we'll get stuck in. Okay, so before we get into the main event and go through all the categories, we're just going to bring you through the All-Star teams and the rookie teams, as well as the Impact Award winners, and then we'll do the Hockey for All winner in the next segment. Before we get to the gongs. So let's go through them now, shall we? So here we go. Right. So the first All-Star team is as follows. In the fourth position, from your Minnesota Frost, Tallahassee, yeah! From the Ottawa Charge, Brianne Jenner. And from your Minnesota Frost, Kelly Paddock, yeah! The defenders from the Vancouver Golden Ice, Sophie Jakes. And for the Boston Fleet, Megan Keller. And the goaltender from the Boston Fleet, Franco. That is the first All-Star team. The second All-Star team is as follows. From your Minnesota Frost, Bricos Lemmy. Boo! 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 We can do it freely now. Boo! Go fuck yourself, you butch! Homophobic bitch! Fuck off! Go fuck yourself! No, please do let the door hit you on the way out. From the old charge of the freedom we've now got that she's no longer a frostbite. We're going to be so naughty next year. I love it. I'm loving it already. From the Ottawa Charge, Rebecca Leslie. And for the Montreal Victoire, Laura Stacey. The defenders, from the Montreal Victoire, Nicole Gosling. And from the Boston Fleet, Haley Wynn. And the goaltender is Amelie Desbienne from the Montreal Victoire. So no surprise there. No surprise there. Then the all-rookie team. To the forwards, we've got Christina Kausnokova. She did get some recognition there. Yes. From the York Sirens. I think it's fair to say, if it wasn't that injury, she might have replaced O'Brien for the nomination in that category. Fair? Yeah, fair. Yeah. So we've got Kausnokova for the York Sirens. You also have Abby Newark from the Boston Fleet. So Newark, for me, was one of my standout rookies of the year, along with Wynn and Gilday, just saying. Gilday's not been on this list, by the way. Casey O'Brien for the York Sirens, so that's 2 for York there, so that's the forwards. Then for defenders, you've got Gosling from the Montreal Victoire and Wynn from Boston Fleet. And goaltender, you go, look at this one, Pluto, it's Hannah Murphy. Yeah! From the Seattle Torrent! I bet you're so looking forward to next season because basically that net is probably Murphy's now. So, of course, as you guys know, you checked out early in the season. Pluto really did praise Hannah Murphy. Thought she was going to be a good start, or going to be a start into the Seattle lineup. Did struggle towards the second half of the season, but it's all good. It's all good. They believe in her. They believe she's the future for the net for Torrent. So, yep. So good there. And that just leaves the Impact Awards. So I remind you that the Impact Award, it recognises players who made a meaningful impact throughout their leadership, support of others, and overall positive influence on team cultures. Nominations are evaluated based on excellence, leadership, and integrity. Intact Insurance donates $5,000 on behalf of each of the 4 recipients to a Canadian charity of their choice. So the recipients for the Intact Impact Award are as follows. From your Minnesota Frost, Marlene Boursenault. For the Montreal Victoire, Cheyenne Dark Angelo. For the Toronto Scepters, Emma Woods. And for the Vancouver Golden Eyes, Ashton Bell. Bell and Dark Country, they recognise what ones there. But it's not about how well known they are, it's about what they do for their team put up. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. There you go, so that's all the team awards done, dusted right there. Like I said, we've also still got to do Hockey for All. That's going to be next. Yeah, we're going to break that down. That actually was the first award that got announced on the night, so we're going to do that next, and then we'll go through all the gongs. Okay. But we just thought we'd very quickly take you through the All-Star teams and all that. Okay. Right, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we come back. We'll move on to the first award of the night, which was the Hockey for All. So the first award that was handed out on the night was actually the Hockey for All award. Now, in the last 2 years, this was dominated by the Montreal Victoire. So the question was, would the World Cup Challenge make it free for free, or would somebody else break through for the other 7 recipients? I'll remind you of what the Hockey for All award is. Okay? So the Hockey for All award recognises the player who has made the greatest impact in their community during the 2025-26 regular season. The annual recipient is selected by PWHL executives based on nominations from all 8 teams. Scotiabank will donate $10,000 to a Canadian charity of the recipient's choice that supports youth or grassroots hockey with a focus on accessibility, diversity, and inclusion. So I carry out that the 2026 PWHL Hockey for All award goes to, from the Arbor Charge, Rebecca Leslie. Leslie, a 30-year-old from Ottawa, Ontario, volunteers with the Ottawa Senators Foundation, Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, and the PHL Mentorship Program. Driven by her belief in showing up constantly where needed, she is especially passionate about Do It for Durham, founded in memory of her late teammate Darren Richardson, and its mission to support young people on and off the ice. Giving back boosts her confidence in hockey, and she leads by example, encouraging others to get involved in the Ottawa community. She's just had an incredible season this year, hasn't she? Both on and off the ice. Yeah. I mean, she was a huge impact in the playoffs. I mean, honestly, game wrong. 2 seconds! 2 seconds! That's all it was. You need to hold out for, and you would have had that game. And I did recently say, I think Ottawa had with the World Cup, I think Rebecca Leslie would have been the likely choice for MVP. She was a huge back in that game in game 1. Yeah, she got those 2 goals for Ottawa. Yeah. Oh, she's had a huge impact. And wow, great to see how much charge work. So 3 then was lit. Yep. Wow, she knows how to give back. Yep. So I think a really good recipient of the award. Yep. Yeah. I really like this award because, you know, these players, they don't just give a lot on the ice, they also give them off the ice. So I'm really, really glad that we in the PHL has, because I don't think the AHL does have an award for charity work. No, there you go. No, there you go. So I think it's really good that we do have this award in the PHL because it shows that what these players, they're not just, you know, paid lead the way on the ice, they're also doing it off there as well. We saw that with Leslie, she's involved in 3 programs there, all doing really wonderful things to help in hockey. But yeah, so I'm just really glad. Really, I think this is a worthy recipient, and nice to see that somebody other than Montreal gives back to their community. Because obviously we had 2 for Montreal the first 2 years, so yeah, so great to now see somebody else from the other teams now win this gong. really good work. And like I said, Scotiabank will donate $10,000 to a Canadian charity of Leslie's choice. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty great. I feel really good with working with in there. Yeah. So that was the first gong of the night that got handed out. So straight away, already on the board because Charles weren't going to really do one in the actual categories, were they? No. It's going to be a head scratch tonight for them in the other awards. So really glad they got this one on their belts at least, because they at least got one. Whereas other teams go quite empty-handed. So yeah, but I don't think you could have handed it to a more better recipient. I mean, what Rebecca Leslie's done this year, off the ice as well, on the ice, has been absolutely incredible. So I'm really pleased for her to have got this gong. So really glad for her. Yeah, so there you go. So Rebecca Leslie is your 2026 PWHL Hockey for All Award winner. Alright, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get straight into the gongs. So let's see how all the other teams did, shall we? Alright, now we are moving on to the gongs. We need to seriously come up with a nickname for the PWHL awards that get handed out. Because obviously now we've got, you know, the Tonys, the Oscars, the Olivier's, the Grammys, the Brits, and all that. We need to have a nickname for, you know, the actual awards, rather than me just saying it's a gong. Right. Like I said, we're doing this in the order they were and the winners were announced. It's a bit different how we did it with the nominations show a few weeks ago. So the first award to be handed out was Coach of the Year! Okay, so the nominees for Coach of the Year award are Corey Chevrolet, Montreal Victoire. Cara McLeod, Aura Charge. Chris Barr, Boston Fleet. And the 2026 PWHL Coach of the Year award goes to Chris Barr of the Boston Fleet! Or is it now of the PWHL Hamilton? I couldn't resist! I couldn't resist! I could not resist! I could not resist a cheeky little dab there. Could not resist a cheeky little dag. Yeah, well done, Hamilton. You've got your first ever gong. You've not played a single game yet. Or got a name and brand. Yep. Oh, God. Right, okay. Okay, let's go. Oh, God. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? It's funny. Right, so Spa, a native of Mississauga, Ontario, led Boston to second place in the PHL standings with a 16, 5, 4, and 5 record. Good for a share of the league's all-time single season best of 62 points, while showing the most significant year-over-year improvement with 6 more wins and 18 more points than the team's 2024-25 results. The Fleet registered a league best 23 game opening goals, and their defence allowed 45 goals against for second fewest in the league, and a 31 goal improvement from 2024-25. Wow. I mean, I think us three, did we already do it? Yes, but I think we need to do it again. I think us three owe Chris Barr a massive apology, because when he was announced last summer to be joining the league as the successor to Corey Kessel, us three just kind of looked at him and thought, we looked at his resume and thought, because because he had, not only did he not have any prior experience to coach women's hockey, he also didn't have any prior experience to being a head coach full stop. So we kind of looked at for, oh, there's a lot of red flags here on his resume. Given how Boston had just come off a devastating end to the season, they missed out the playoffs on a tiebreaker. They did themselves no favours in the expansion process. No. So, yeah, and nobody going into the regular season had any heights hopes for Boston. So, and he came in and just turbocharged them into World Cup contenders. Just like, oh my god. Just incredible. Just incredible. Well, I think what makes it even more shocking that not long after he gets nominated, he is poached by Hamilton. So, I think, wow, that was just... Like I said to you two, that to me shows Hamilton's here to play. Hamilton means business. Hamilton wants to win. Hamilton wants a World Cup. So they're there to play. They are there to play. Are you used to think if Boston hadn't got Ottawa in the semi-finals, would they have made the finals? And would it all? Who knows? We will never know. We will never know. We will never know. But yeah, so it just, honestly, I just looked at Boston this year and thought, wow, this team is testified going to get proven right, because she's picked Boston every year. She never lands. Nope, she never lands. Nope. I mean, careful. Is this gonna be a year Tessa gets it right? But no, not to be. Not to be. Maybe try again next year. Yeah, my draw's on the floor. I mean, I was not expecting to come in and literally do what he did. I mean, just for Boston, it's so close yet so far, because really, it going into Monaco-Tina, it looked like they were unstoppable. Well, going into the Rugby Series, it looked like they were unstoppable, because there was quite a hefty gap going to the Ice. It was quite a gap. It was quite a gap. And then, obviously, Montreal closed it going to Milan, but you kind of felt, ooh, it's going to take a massive swing for Boston to not win the league title. I don't think they're expecting Montreal to have had a super turbocharged second half, especially given how Reaper was out for quite a lot of it. Yeah, but it's just, what he did at Boston was so incredible. So Hamilton, just, my god, it's going to be just, oh my god, it's going to be a nightmare. I will say though, I kind of thought Corey Chevrolet had a good chance of making it back to back. Yeah, because obviously, Montreal didn't have a good first half. I was not impressed with Montreal, but in the second half, they really stepped up, especially proved that they can compete without play in the lineup. So you kind of think she would have made it. Yeah, I do think Corey Chevrolet absolutely had a case to make it back to back goals for her. Yeah, because she did a brilliant second half of the season, enough to really earn a shout. So yeah. Honestly, just wow. We're speechless. Oh my god! If you were to go back to the week before the regular season started, you would go up there and say to us that Chris Barr's going to win Coach of the Year, and people would say, "Oh, go fuck yourselves." Go beat yourselves up with Ryan Gosling and the rest of the Ken dolls. That's not going to happen. He's got no prior coach experience. He's never coached with his game before. That's not going to happen. Come on, man. Plus, Montreal's going to lit the league on fire. And Vancouver. Yeah. So, come on. So I kind of feel, I know we already did it earlier, but I think we've got to do it again. We also all owe a massive apology, so sorry, Chris. Sorry. I don't feel it hurt you about moving. I'm sorry. Yeah. And of course, it does provide one of those awkward scenarios where someone's won a gong for one team, but is now with a different team. We had quite a few of those last year, because last year, some of the nominees from last year's awards got moved on to Seattle and Vancouver, but luckily we didn't have that awkward scenario last year compared to what we had this year. Yeah. So congratulations, Hamilton. You've already got yourself a gong. Well done, you. Hello. Congratulations. I'm so proud. Well, I bet Lin Miranda's so happy. I don't think he's up for opening that, George. Oh, because you imagine he does! Oh, God. You can tell it gets that time of the year where we're all going a bit sort of wacky because it's now end of the year. We're winding down. We all need a good rest. But yeah, so I just... Wow. I mean, at the end of the day, when he got nominated, I kind of thought, yeah, what he's doing with Boston, I think, pretty much earned him that gong, but yeah, just wow. Would not have seen that coming going back to the start of the year, so absolutely incredible. Yep, so there you go. So, Chris Bart picked up Boston's first gong of the night and would not be their last. Would not be their last. Have you two got any more you want to say before I move on to the next category? Sorry, Chris. She's really grumbling because I think I did tell him a new one when he got announced. I think we both did, lady. So, really, sorry. She's really licking her wounds, isn't she? She's really licking her wounds. Oh God, I don't want to imagine what Hamilton's going to be like next year. I really don't. Don't know. If he replicates that next Hamilton, oh my God. Oh my bloody God. Anybody else put it? No. Okay, right. No, I don't want to go. I just feel like, oh God. I just need to pick my drawer up. Okay, so Chris Barr wins Coach of the Year for the Boston Fleet. We're going to take a pause. We'll take a quick break. We'll let him get his drawer back up off the floor. When we come back, the next category we're going on to is Rookie of the Year. Alright, so the second category we're going to look at is Rookie of the Year. This is a category I always hate because it just makes me feel old. That's not funny. That's not funny. You know I turned 50 in November. That's not funny. That is not funny. That is not funny. My 50 is on the horizon. Yeah, we're playing Germany that night. So England fans got any tips? Oh! Oh! Wow! Oh! Oh! Okay, wow, shots fired. Shots fired. Wow. Right, okay, let's move on, shall we? Right. So, the reason this award always makes me feel old is because nominees have to be in pro sport, and it has to be their first year, it has to be before their 25th birth year. Or was it on their 20? Hold on, let me check the fine print. It's before, right, yes, it always feels very, very old. Right, the nominees for Rookie of the Year are Nicole Gosling, Montreal Victoire, Casey O'Brien, New York Sirens, and Hayley Wynn, Boston Fleet. And the 2026 PWHL Rookie of the Year Award goes to... From the Boston Fleet, Hayley Wynn. No surprise, no surprise. We should have known it the moment you called her getting second overall last year, George. Yeah, yeah. For me, I kind of felt, going into last year's, I kind of felt Hayley was kind of the natural overall second pick. So Boston, get ready to make the pick and just don't out really. As soon as you're on that clock, just get off it because we know what you're going to do. Yeah. What we were prepared for was New York causing skullduggery with picks 1 and then 3. Yeah, I looked at both Hedwig and Aminuka, thought these are two really good picks who in the future could be that next big stars for Boston. I did not expect both of them to come in year 1 and just literally blow us all away. So I really kind of felt with Hedwig, it kind of felt she was going to do what Sarah did last year and pretty much lock up this award straight away from the get-go. It just kind of felt that. Yeah. So, am I surprised she won it? No. But then again, you looked at their third nominees, you thought, what could they really do to try to, particularly O'Brien? What was Casey O'Brien doing nominated on that? In that? Because Katsunoka got injured halfway through the season. I mean, if Katsunoka had not had an injury, then I think she would have got nominated and might have then give Will a run for the money. Yeah, but Mia Bride just didn't do enough. She didn't do enough. That's why I didn't put on the protection list, because it's about she didn't do enough for me. So, anyway. So, Wynn, a 22-year-old from Rochester, New York, is the first defender in league history to win the award, tying for second among rookies and third among all guards, with 19 points in 30 games. As a testament for her two-way impact, the Fleet second overall pick became the first rookie defender all-time to record 5 goals in a single season, while her 802-42 time on ice, 26.45 per game, set a new PWHL single season record. Woo! So that much ice time? Wow, that is quite a lot. That is quite a lot. Wow. So, no wonder this award's on her. She literally gave the most out there. Normally rookies, they don't really get that much ice time. No, not in the AHL. No, not in the AHL. No. Well, because most rookies in the AHL don't get to be on the AHL team straight away. It's only been the last 3 or 4 drafts that we've really seen the first rounder really step up the plate straight away. Yeah. So whoever the Maple Leafs draft in a few days' time, are they likely to expect to get starting night roster as well? Anyway. But also because we went out the PWHL don't have a development system, it's a lot more easier for the first round to get an opening night slot. So we were. The fact she can't hold it, it's brilliant. I mean, yeah, she literally just blew us away. I was not surprised when Shu and Roy Gilday got named to USA's roster for the Olympics, because I felt going Isabella, she really impressed me. Yeah. And I kind of felt, yeah, you've definitely, I don't care if you're a rookie in the P-Dub, you've earned your spot. Yeah. You've earned your spot, and you're going to be someone who's really going to help us when it comes to the big stage. Yeah. So I was really impressed with that, and she did actually have a very good tournament along. She did, along with Megan Kerr as well, her teammate, who is also a big key defender for Boston right now. Yeah, honestly, so I'm not surprised. I'm honestly not surprised. It's one of those awards where you kind of thought, yeah, called it. Call it. This award we did call. Coach of the Year, we didn't really call. No, but I think we kind of thought it was between Chevrolet and Spa, and McCarthy was like, oh, thank God she's nominated. But you wonder, did she get nominated because she's got cancer? You had to go there. You had to go there, didn't you? You had to pull that card out. But with this award, we kind of pretty much, yeah, we call it straight away. So, there you go. Wasn't many awards actually predicted going in, did we? I think the only other 2 awards we did call, apart from this one, was goaltender and forward. We didn't really think about the others. No. Well, because we didn't want to dare call MVP. No. And with defender, while it kind of looks obvious, as we'll get to later on the program, we felt because of the nominees, we kind of felt all the case for some over others. Yeah, as Mary said, when we get to defend the year, even though it kind of looks obvious, you could actually, for one of the other nominees, you could also make a good case as well. So we'll get to that when we cross to it. But there'll be Rookie of the Year. No, it was very obvious. It was going to be Hayley wins, all wrapped up, locked in. That was her gong. No one's going to take it away from her. And I'm really looking forward to see what she can do next year. Will she then build on that, or will she drop performance? Because Sarah Fillier, very surprisingly, dropped in performance this year. She didn't really shine that much compared to what she did last year, which was a bit strange, but we'll see. Yeah, but obviously, really good from Hayward. We kind of had saw this one coming. Yeah, so straight away, 2 for 2 for Boston! Technically, he wouldn't fall as a member of the Boston fleet, therefore it does count as Boston's tally. Even though technically it just belongs to Hamilton now! Any more you want to say, my friends, before we move on to the next category? It was fairly obvious, but I feel it was just, yeah, it had to be hers. I feel I've been so shocked it wasn't her. Yeah, how you went absolutely blew us all away this year, and very well deserved. But I think Castle Love had been on it, might give it for money. Okay. Right, next up. It's the one I had key eyes on. Goaltender of the Year is coming up next when we come back from this very short break. Here we go. This is the award I've been waiting all year for. Here we go. Next up, Goaltender of the Year. It was time to find out if I was right. Because as you guys know, since on the regular season this year, since episode 3 of our 3rd season, I've been saying that absolutely 100% this gong is Frankel's. This is her time, as Rafiki would say. This is her time. She was nominated the last 2 years, but got beaten by the better nominee. This was her moment. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. So, the nominees for Goaltender of the Year award are Aaron Desbiens, Montreal Victoire. Gwyneth Phipps, Our Charge. And Aaron Frankel, Boston Fleet. I'm just bracing myself. What? Well, because it is Frankel, you're going to do a bitchy laugh, so I'm just bracing. Wait, hold on. What the fuck are you? So pretend it's a classic something going wrong on the award show. Right. I'm ready. I'm bracing myself here. Because if this is Frankel, he's going to do a bitchy laugh, so I'm just bracing myself now, right? Ready? Right, I'm ready now. Can I announce the winner? Can I ask the gong? Yeah. Right, okay. Right. Do you need to brace yourself so you can No, I'm fine. Could do with drinks though. Oh no, it's not that sort of show, love. Nah. Jack Whitehall would prefer drinks. Oh, he needs to stop doing the Brits. He really does. For goodness sake. There's a kind of place for that sort of slapstick humour. It's not it. Well, what can you expect? It was in that stupid black box. Was that the co-op? Yeah. Co-op post the Brits issue. Oh, no wonder K-pop's performance was not brilliant. Alright, right. Anyway. Can I proceed? Yeah. Okay. And the 2026 PWHL Goaltender of the Year award goes to... I fucking called it out, Victor! Well done. I called it! And as I'm in it, he's doing a bitchy that right as we speak. Woo! Free for free! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Free for free! Uh-huh. 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 Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who knows his women's hockey? Who knows his women's hockey? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, no. Well, no. Oh yeah! I called it! Oh great, now it's George's turn to be smug as fuck. Yeah, because Pierre got it right about KK, George now got it right about Anne Franco, that has leave me here looking like muggins. I called it. I said it. I said it. Literally, she just dominated the categories in the points leaders this year. She really did. When we got into recap in December, so that would have been for episode 3 of this season. I just looked at her and thought, at that point, Boston was running away with it. At that point, I kind of felt, just give us a gong now. Just give it a gong now. We were a few weeks away from getting the roster for La Cortina. It's like, just give it that gong now. Give it a now. Because I can't see anybody really stopping Anne Franco in her tracks from being given her flowers that she has long so deserved. Because she's been nominated for this category every year. And every other year, she has been beaten by the better nominee. So let's face it, Kristen Campbell earned it in year 1 for Tio. Yeah. And Tio roughly had Birdie deserved that because they had a brilliant regular season. No one got a scratch from the regular season. Playoffs was a different kettle of fish, wasn't it, Troy? And obviously last year, Lesbian got it for Montreal, so you can't really say fair's fair. Yeah. Back up, this is her time. And I was the only one who was on the Frankel train. Was I, Pluto? Was I? Okay, I'll admit, I did say, in the Royal Cortina, I did say, if Anne Frankel plays the way that she's prepared for Boston in Royal Cortina, that gold medal was guaranteed. And it was. She only, well, if I remember rightly, she only let in 2 goals all tournament. One in the opening group game against Czechia, and the other was Kristen O'Neill's goal in the final. No. Rest of the time, flawless. So I kind of felt, if she played the way she played for Boston in Milwaukee, we were getting that gold medal. Absolutely. No denying it. So there you go. Have you got around to that tender documentary yet? Not yet. I think it still needs to do other summer, but we'll get around to it and we'll do my thoughts on it on the podcast. Okay. Yeah, there's a documentary on YouTube called, it's Tenders. It's both Frankel and Phillips, so go watch that. I need to get around to doing that, so I'll probably get done over the summer. Amongst other things I need to get doing over the summer. No, but anyway. Oh, look how pleased he is. Look how pleased with himself. He's the cat that's got the cream. Oh, no. Cream! She said cream! What do I do now? Here's Pinky. Oh! No! Oh, she's going! She's ashamed by that! She said cream, George. Yeah, but as soon as she said that, we all knew what I was thinking. I'm a man! I have needs, deal with it! Plus, it's my own damn fault I did bring up the Kens and their beaching. So that's my own damn fault. I started it. start this mucky train. When it comes to mucky stuff, it's always going to be me that starts it. Well, I'm ending it. No, you're not. It's got to be me that ends it. Why? Because I'm the man. Oh, of course. Yeah, no way would George ever let a woman end that. No chance. And just like any award show, it has to go off piece. It has to go off piece. And we've also, we've yet to have somebody yell, that should have been so-and-so. But there you go, you can really argue with these winners so far. Free for free. Yeah. Free for free. I know, right? I mean, it just shows what a huge turnaround Boston made this past season. It just shows how far they had come. You know, because this team has always been like a team that should be a World Cup contender. I mean, they were who we faced in the finals in year 1. Year 2, they missed out on a tiebreaker. And then year 3, they fall short of the semis because they got given their kryptonite. Because Montreal knew what they were doing. Montreal absolutely knew what they were doing when they picked us, because it meant that Boston would have a really tough opponent in the semi-finals as well. And as we saw, it proved brilliant because Boston failed to Ottawa and then made it more easy for Montreal to get the cup. Whereas if it had been Boston Montreal in the finals, it might have been a lot more tough for Montreal to win the cup. They might have still done it, but it would have been a lot harder. It would have been a lot harder. But yeah, but that is 3 for 3. And guess which one's up next? Defender. Oh, God. Oh, for God's snap. Oh, God. Yeah. Call it now. Call it now. You know what you should be in, George? A Boston Fleet jersey. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you should be in right now. Yeah. Yeah. We are looking at getting gear with the other team's logos on. The question is, do we want to do it just the jerseys or do we want to do t-shirts? Because as you guys know, we're an all year round podcast. Which means we do have to record episodes in this squelching heat. So we're a bit stuck on what we want to do about that. We'll get around to it eventually. Yeah, we'll get around to it eventually. Yeah. Is anyone can say about goaltending of the year or try to go on another bitchy lap? Because go do another bitchy lap. How's that on me? Should we go out your system? What is that? What is that? Okay, right. I'm going to go to another bitchy lap. Then we come back, we'll move on to the next category, which is Defender of the Year. But woohoo! I was right! Off you go. Go do a bitchy lap right now. Off you go. Defender of the Year next. We just add up what's their talent now. I haven't read the nominees yet, but it just looks fairly obvious who's getting this next one. I know, right? Oh my god, yeah. So we're now on to the second half of the gongs. So far, it's been 3 for 3 for Boston, because technically you have to count Coach of the Year as Boston's win, you know he's now in Hamilton. Okay, so Defender of the Year is next. So let's get down to it. Okay, let's get the article back up. Right. Okay, we must move on now to Defender of the Year. Right, okay, so the nominees for Defender of the Year are Sophie Jakes, Vancouver Ice, Hayley Wynn, Boston Fleet, Megan Keller, Boston Fleet. And the 2026 PWHL Defender of the Year award goes to, from the Boston Fleet, Megan Keller. Oh, yeah. So that kind of felt obvious there. But I think what's interesting is you could have made a case for all three. Yeah, that's why with this category I didn't really want to make a prediction, because I think all three finalists were worthy nominees, and I think you could have made a case for all of them. I mean, Hedy Weirs just had a standout season as your Rookie of the Year, and she's done really, really well. Had a great Olympics in Milan Cortina. As you pointed out, she did brilliantly there. Absolutely did brilliant in Milan. Yeah. So you could have made a case for her to have done the double there. You could, Sophie Jakes, as we know, is a brilliant defender. I'm not sure how well she slotted into Vancouver. I don't think she's had as productive a season as she could have done. Yeah. I mean, last year, absolutely, that goal should have been hers. That was one of my highlights. This category this time last year was one of my highlights of the whole award show, because that was the only category where we had a surprise, and these two just reacted very badly to it. Yeah, so yeah, that. Yeah, I think. I mean, it was a good acquisition back to Vancouver to make. It was their second sign of making this season. It was what, a few hours after Claire Thompson went. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. But I think, and we know that obviously she's staying with the Golden Eyes. Yep. So I think next season she'll have an opportunity to grow and get back to her form. I mean, it's not easy when you go from an existing team to an expansion team. Yep. But I think now she had that first year, I think she'll go. Yeah, I think there's a lot of players in Vancouver who you look at and think, yeah, you didn't have quite as good of a season you normally could have. But I think next year they'll improve a lot more by that. So it's all good. Yeah, it's all good on that front. Yeah. And I think Megan Keller did absolutely brilliant this year. I mean, I think we all had the conversation about, when Hillary got given to Seattle on a silver platter, yeah. Or should we say a slate green platter? I just love the PHL how they just, when it comes to these colour schemes, they actually go full on, actually give you the actual shade of colour. So they don't just say it's green, because in the AHL, they would just say, oh, it's green and white and maybe another accent colour, silver. But with PHL, let's go, it's not just green, it's slate green! As it had the Juliet's colour chart out. Terry, look at that. Look at that. Thunder or Slut. It's brilliant. I love how the PHL we go full on descriptive. So when we get to colour schemes, when we see the colour schemes in action for the expansion teams next year, it'll be interesting what they are actually described as. Well, I think what Hamilton's second colour is described as maroon. Is it the one you described as maroon? It's gone maroon. Oh, is it maroon and murky brown? It is. Oh god, it is. But it's not. That's fine. But that's good. Oh, I'll be fine. I apologise for that. No, but yeah. We did wonder, who was going to take over her as captain. Yeah. That's a conversation always going to need to have now. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. So, is that right? Just make so I laughed, it just went down the wrong hole, so that yeah, it is. Go on, carry on. Right. So, carry on. Yeah. We all had that question about who we think could replace Harry as Boston's captain. It's not a very easy thing to do. And yet Megan Keller comes in and just absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So absolutely proved why she earned the seat. And she's just had a really amazing season now. I mean, she has handled that pressure so well. Yeah, was on the starting six quite a fair few times as well. So you just showed how much of improvement she made from last season to this year. And yeah, so it just goes to show, because I mean, anybody else who's put on that position, having to become the captain and take over from a really well-respected legend of the game. I mean, anybody else, I think that's the AHL, they would probably buckle under the pressure. Yeah. But, speaking of AHL, do you think Sabri is giving them captain? I know he got the C at the Worlds. Yeah. I just feel, because obviously he's going to be 20 next season. Yeah. I think he turns 24 start next season. I don't know what his birthday is. I say no. I say one more. With the Sharks, I say one more year with the rotation, and then give him a sig. Because when he turns 21, he'll be a proper adult. Because obviously, nobody really sees you as an adult until you turn 21. Even though in this country, you legally are adult at 18, but you still have got 3 more years of absence to get through before everyone starts treating you as an adult. So I think, no, I'd say, no, I'd say for next season, because obviously next is the first year with 84 games, I'd say, no, keep the rotation next year, and then the year after that, so 27-28, that's what I would say. Okay, Macklin, here's the C. Here's the C. But, yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if before September he does get the C, because you know, a lot of people are thinking he should get the C, and obviously he did get the C with Canada in Worlds. Despite Crosby actually going in the end, he did. I've heard it all from Hatter. He's not filming for putting that. But if the edge, I think a lot would crumble. But yeah, Hatter comes in, it takes their stride, and just really finds a way to build that good, rock solid leadership. Yeah. That saw Boston really be a cup contender from start to finish. You do have to think, what would have happened if Ottawa was not their so-far opponent? Would Boston manage to find a way to get into the finals and make it a really more enticing battle? I'm not saying we had a boring World Cup artist yet. What I'm saying is, it wasn't as competitive as I thought it was going to be. Whereas having Montreal Boston, like everyone was thinking, would it have been more competitive? I don't know. I'm just so glad it was not Montreal and Boston. Why? Because I know where your dirty, fruity mind would have gone. Oh yeah, fair dues. Yeah, fair dues. You scolded me when on the Tannoy and Denver they said the words heated robbery. You literally went to me and said, it's not that sort of rock sort, George. It's like, I wasn't even going to go there when I was in public. I have now started the books. I am now started the book. So that side project should be up and running very, very soon. But I have now filed it. I knew it was going to be. I would have to wait until the PWHL season was done for the year before I could get started on that. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to go that way. And that's fine. Yeah. No, but I think Megan Hare has had a brilliant season, and she's absolutely proven why she deserves this award. And I'm looking forward to see how she handles next season. Can she build on from that and just continue to show this is why I am now your captain, and I'm good. That sees my the long haul until you probably see me get dealt somewhere. Yeah, absolutely. I think she's got a long career in that scene. Yeah, agree. Absolutely, I do agree with that. Yeah, so and I think, given how obviously Boston then lost Alina Muller to Hamilton, I think it's probably rocks. A bit we said maybe Muller or Keller would be likely candidates. Yeah, we did. Well, good. It wasn't Muller because obviously she's gone and joined Chris Sparta to Hamilton. So clearly made the right pick there. Yeah, honestly, just really pleased for her. It's and yet 4 now. That was 4 in a row. Honestly, when we were following along on the socials, it was just like, oh my god, are they just going to take every award? Are they basically going to get every single gong that they're up for? It was like, I mean, this is just insane. This is 4 now, 4 gongs in, and they're all gone Boston's way. It's like a murder of awards just going over to Massachusetts, heading over to Laurel. It's like, what is going on? It's like, this is insane. But it just shows, how big of an improvement, Boston had this year. At the same time, it still has me worried for their new head coach, Francois Meffo, when he comes in next year, because there's going to be a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's got to keep the momentum going. Because Boston's a team next year that cannot afford to go backwards. They've got to keep going forwards. Because they're pretty much now on the periphery. They are so close to the World Cup, they can taste it. So, that's why I really do. We've already covered this on an episode of the podcast, but I am really worried for Francois next year. I really am. Anyway, a great result for Megan. 4 for Boston. You got any more you want to add? or do we move on to the next award? Good? Okay, right. So the next award, and this is one that will not be Boston's, because the next award that we're going to look at is the only award where the Boston Fleet did not have a nominee. That's right, kids. Next up will be Forward of the Year, which we're going to get to when we come right back. Alright, Boston Fleet fans can take 5. As we say in the biz. Okay, you do not have a nominee in this next category, so you can go and have a nice cup of tea and a biscuit. Take 5. Okay, so Forward of the Year was the only category where Boston did not have a nominee in. Okay, so let's go through it now, shall we? So, the nominees for Forward of the Year are... From your Mr. Frost, Taylor Heisey! From the Hour Charge, Brianne Jenner! And from your Mr. Frost, Kelly Paddock! And the 2026 PWHL Forward of the Year award goes to... From your Mr. Frost, Kelly Paddock! Yeah! Woo! Yes! Come on! Yes! Yes, hey! Back in the awards category, back in the game after being royally snubbed last year. Because none of our nominees won awards last year, so back in the game. Back in. Although probably a lot of people would say last year you did win the World Cup again, so anyway. Yeah. I think it was fairly obvious. No prize if you guys get this one. I think throwing Taylor Heisey in there kind of think, oh well, can they just split it? Yeah, can they not just split? Can they not just split it? Because they both become on equal part. Yeah, both of them managed to get 30 points, at least 30 points this season. Yeah, but I think Pike did it first, then Heisey followed on afterwards. Right, so it's like, well, yeah, you're right. Can they not just both share it? Because they were both worthy finalists, and both would have been worthy award winners. So, especially how Pike was up MVP, you think, yeah, could maybe, yeah. So, I think, well, it's good that Pike's got this award. You could have made a case for Heisey as well. These two have been absolutely brilliant, and the relief that we had, and of course you can go and watch it back on the episode related to that face, but the relief we had when both of them got protected was just, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Taylor Heisey, like last year, when it comes to expansion, that was basically over my cold dead body were you gonna have her. Yeah. And then Kelly Paddock obviously this year had a stand-up season, literally improved from last year. She already got 2 awards in the bag, by the way, guys. We haven't covered it already because we actually did a separate episode on it. Paddock also got the leading goal scorer and leading points leader awards. We did do an episode on that. Not on after she got them. So that's why they've not been included in this show today. Because we've already done it. That just really showed what improvement she's had from, this year to last year. And I looked at her and thought, we've got to protect her. So I basically made the case of, well, it's kind of like with, say, with Lee Steckler last year. If you don't protect her, she's going, because that's an obvious candidate for expansion to have. And would have been easily to be used in the UFL one. So, yeah, so honestly, Pat had protected her. She was. I've just been so impressed with her improvement, and I really hope this can keep going next year. Yeah. You know what I mean? compared to where she was last year to this year, she just had such an improvement. It's just come out of nowhere. Yeah. Well, she's one of those leading players on the team you feel should be, you know, like Heisey, like Schofield, you know, like Steckline, be producing on a night in, night out. And you go over and look, remember, you go over the points that she had told last year compared to this year. It's just, that improvement is just incredible. It's just insane, guys. Yeah, it's just it's just insane. And, you know, it could have gone, okay, yes, we're biased as fuck, but it could have, but it could have gone to a more worthy recipient, you know what I mean? She literally just earned this gong. She absolutely earned this gong. And I'm just so pleased for her. I'm just so happy, you know, to see her. Because, obviously, she's in a very tough category with MVP, which we're going to come on to next. Because a lot of people look at, you know, Frankel and Desbier and think it should be a 2-horse race between them. But actually, you can't take away what Kelly Paddock has done this season. What she's achieved this season absolutely should be an MVP award-winning season. But we've got two other tough nominees in that category. It's not surprised that no one really trying to spot. Yeah, because the broadcast for everything we're talking about, because everything they're talking about the competition between Frankel and Desbier, and we're like, no. There's a couple of Frost players over here who definitely should be MVP. Yeah, it's like, and especially how this year we really improved on our standings, because obviously the first two seasons we were in 4th place, barely got in, qualifying the last stage of playoffs. This year we moved up one, we got to 3rd place. Yep, and almost had opportunity powers advantage. I know, because if we had got to the finals, we would have had Hamas advantage for the first time ever. You know, you're so desperate for it, my boy. I just want to know how it feels. I just want to know it, because obviously Boston's had it, Toronto's had it, Montreal's had it. Ottawa had it last year against us. Yeah, we're the only playoff team that's yet to have Hamas advantage. It's like, come on, I want to know how it feels. Yeah, because it's a different feeling when you have Hamas advantage in a best of 5 series, because you haven't got that much leeway, and the way it kind of works, with obviously in our league where it's like games 1, 2, 5, it does kind of change the mindset, particularly how you go about treating that compared to in a best of 7 when you've got games 1, 2, then 5, and then 7. And what's the other thing? AHL. Oh god, AHL. The first time AHL, it's manic because there's various different options you can do for the best in having the best of 5. You can go for the 1, 2, 5, or you can go for 1, 2 and let your opponent have 3, 4, 5, or you can go for 1, 2 on the road and you get 3, 4, 5. There's so many options in both the division semi and the division finals, the AHL. How you can go about using that that best of 5 advantage. That's why I kind of like when we get to the Combos Finals and the Coca Bar. It's more simple because when you get to the Combos Bars, the Coca Bars, it's basically team of first players gets 1, 2, 6, 7, and then the other gets 3, 4, 5. Which I think if we go to a best of 7 series, the World Cup, I'd love it to be like that, because we're still already doing it, but obviously it would be in a best of 5, not in a best of 7. But yeah, so yeah, I agree. Yeah, she absolutely should have been in the conversation for MVP alongside Desbier and Frankel. Yeah. So, yeah, because you can't deny what she's achieved this year. It's absolutely just incredible to behold. Yeah. So, I just feel, just absolutely, she deserved it. Absolutely. Even if she wasn't a Frost player, I'd say absolutely she has deserved this goal. Yeah. Absolutely deserved this goal. Yeah. So, incredible. Absolutely. Just so proud of her. We're just so happy, and I'm so proud of her. She's absolutely earned it. Yeah, what can you say? Okay. Right, so 1 in the bag for your Frost. When we come back, it's the final gong. It's MVP. And this could be an interesting one. This could be a very interesting one. Yeah, because there's always one, isn't there? There's always one in the award shows going, how much longer is... Oh, I've not got the watch on. Let's pretend. How much longer is this shit on for? I want to get to the bar. Start the tab. There always is. There's always an award show. There's always that one person in the audience that's literally like, come on, mate, we want to go and get pissed. Do you reckon that's why the Oscars always cuts people off? Because they all just want to go, because everyone in the garage just wants to go get pissed afterwards. I know what I would do if I had to go up and accept a gong. I would just go full out. I'm going to drag this out for as long as I possibly can. Really milk it. Because I don't need to go to the bar. I'm sober. Never drunk a single bit of alcohol in my life and never will. So I don't need to go to the bar. Might need to go for the loo, but not the bar, so... Alright, right, so our final award of the night, it is the Billie Jean King MVP Award. So let's see who is getting it this year, shall we? Okay, so the nominees for MVP are Amélie Desbienne, Montreal Victoire, Kelly Paddock, Mr. Frost, and Anne Frankel, Boston Fleet. Okay. And the 2026 Billie Jean King MVP Award goes to from the Boston Fleet. Oh, Anne Frankel. Oh, you two don't know how to react, do you? No, fair dues. Good for her, but I'll do it. Shipping Kelly! There we go. Now we've given you the full award show experience. Apart from you being in the frock. We've all explained that, love. It's boiling out there. Okay, we've all explained why I'm not in the glad rags this year, and I'm really gutted because I've actually got purple ones this year. Yeah, I've got purple ones. I could have been purple glad rags, but it's fucking weather. Someone needs to go and tell Mother Nature it's too hot. It's boiling out there. We all need Mr. Whippies right now. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of a mixed reaction there, because obviously they're good for Frank at the same time. Oh, I really want K Paddock. Because, Frank and Desbienne, they're kind of nominees you think, oh, well, you could win it any other year. Yeah, you could easily win it any other year. Yeah. But how many more opportunities is Kelly Paddock going to get to be nominated MVP? Yeah, you know? So, I think, yeah. But, yeah, so... After that initial reaction, I kind of felt, I kind of do see why Anne Frankel has got it. Because she's just had an incredible season. I mean, when Boston wins its Water Cup, I think they will win it for the exact same reason Montreal won it. Because of their net minding. I mean... The big reason why I felt Montreal won the World Cup this year was Amélie Desbienne. So I think it's still a bit shocking that she got stopped at MVP in the playoffs. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I think when Boston wins theirs, it will be because of Anne Frankel. Yeah. I mean, she's just one of the best netminders we've got in this league right now. I mean, the fact that she faces so many shots, her shot counts are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I remember back in season 1 when we saw some of these, it was like, she's faced how many? It's like, are you insane? It's no wonder they call her the Green Monster. And that has just kept up. It's just kept up. It's like, I mean, I think the only time I didn't keep track of her shot count was in Milan. Yeah. Well, because obviously in Milan, we didn't really have the full stats. We just had, here's the games, these results, and that's it. we then moved on to the next one. We didn't really have the full stats. I'm trying to add that somewhere, but we didn't really look at the full stats. No. But it's just, yeah, I mean, it's insane how many shots she faces on a regular basis. And yet she's managed to make, yeah, it's very hard to put more than 2 or 3 goals past her. Yeah. So without AWL. Yeah, but Aria doesn't even face the same shot cap that Franco does. Yeah, it's insane. No, it's insane. I'm surprised you didn't see her getting MVP, George, because you've been saying for months that she's going to get goaltender of the year. Well, because with MVP, I don't really feel I could ever make a prediction with that, because you just don't know, because obviously, when you get, obviously, every time we've had this award, you look at the 3 finalists, you think, yeah, they're all worthy, you could make a case for each one of them. That's why with this award, I'm never, ever, ever going to make a prediction, because I just think, well, if I make a prediction, it's probably going to go the other way. And I feel like, once again, with these 3, you easily could have made a case for all 3 of them. Obviously, with Desmond, you have to separate regular season and playoffs. Obviously, in the awards, you never, ever, ever take playoffs into account. Which is why I think there should be some separate awards for playoffs. Because it's the same with the AHL. It is. It's the same with the AHL. The AHL, they also don't take playoffs into account. And they don't even bother with the actual award show anymore. No! They don't! It's just, let's all go on social media and see who's won the award or not. Oh, but David! Yay! Let's do a little bit of a surprise! Oh, they're not going to get that reference. Come on, Silla! You come for the bushes, love. They are not, the boys and girls are not going to get that reference watching at home. They're not going to understand that reference. I don't really understand it, but I understand it either. And yet you're all not on a blind date. Just don't ask. Just Google it, kids. Just Google it. Google it. Yeah, so I think we need to have, like, some separate categories for playoffs. You know, recognise the stand-up stars for playoffs as well as the regular season, but that's in my opinion. So with Desbienne, you kind of have to separate what she did in the playoffs to what she did in the regular season, because obviously it's only the regular season we take into account. Say with Kelly Panic. But Panic had an incredible season, you know, you need to consider what she did in the playoffs now, because, you know, a regular season just, you know, was stacked with just here, there, everywhere. Yeah. So, yeah. So I honestly would have preferred Panic to have got this gone, because you don't know how much she's going to get nominated for this award. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not going to take away what Frankel did. She had an incredible season, and I think if Boston had got to the finals and won, I think it's fairly obvious who would have been, you know, playoff MVP. And then she would have done the double. Then she could have done the double. We've not had that yet, have we? We've not had that yet, where playoff MVP also gets league MVP. We've not had that yet, have we? And yet you'd have thought with MVP winning it last year. I mean, okay, yes, we know Montreal didn't make the finals last year, but if they did, then maybe that would be interesting if that does happen though. If we do get playoff MVP winning league MVP. That would be really interesting. Well, maybe Frankel would want to do it. No, maybe Frankel would do it. Honestly, I'm like you to the I'm not going to take anything away from her here. This is absolutely, you know, her moment. She had an incredible season. You know, she literally broke records. Even broke records that Kristen Campbell had in season 1. Yeah. And of course, in that season, T.O. were just literally lights out. They didn't even have a scratch in the record. That's what I think is really annoying about T.O. in the season. Nobody barely got a scratch on them. Yeah. You know, once they were on that 11-game win streak, that was it. It was just unstoppable. You just looked at the ball, okay, that's your league champions right there. Yeah. And pity the poor fools had to go up against them in the playoffs. Oh look, we the poor fools. And yet we won! I know. Oh god, can you imagine if when Tio gets to the playoffs, if they play something other than us and wins, does that mean every time they play us, they'll always lose? Well, Tio's not good in playoffs, is it? No. Maple Leafs aren't, no. Although the Marlies just very recently bucked the trend. They just, of course, very recently, won the Calder Cup. That's back-to-back years now that the Calder Cup's been won by Canadian teams. Yeah, it's like, buses! Although, Marlies, please don't do what Abbotsford did and trade away your starting netminder in the off-season. Don't do that, because look what Abbotsford did. Abbotsford this season, and you'll just end up crashing and burning. That was bad. That was bad. Yes, we all know when it comes to playoffs, Toronto teams just no. Yeah. But no. I just feel like we haven't seen the best from the Scepters yet when it comes to playoffs. Yeah. So maybe they need to pay somebody other than us to then really prove it. But yeah, so honestly, just incredible Franco. You know, what she's done this year, absolutely just her numbers have been just insane. Like literally insane. Those numbers just literally blow my mind. Like she's literally just done all this. It's just incredible. It's just absolutely just incredible. A worthy winner. A worthy winner. I mean, I know obviously we would like to turn panic, but you cannot say she's not a worthy winner because she is. She's absolutely such a worthy winner. So we're really, really pleased for her. Just what does Boston need to do? Let's get on the line. I know, because this looks like a team that, you know, you should be on the bar of getting that World Cup, but I just don't know. Plus, there's something in there that keeps making Tessa pick them every year. I know, right? Yeah. You're right. If they do win, then Aaron was the reason. Yeah. To stay here this year. Yeah. She really did. Absolutely, she really did. Anything more you want to say before we go to sign off? Good. Okay. So, there you go. That's all the awards done. Yeah, that's all the awards done. And when we come back, we will sign off. And there you have it. That is all of the awards. Oh my, what a night for the Boston Fleet! Wow. It literally just reminds you of year one. Yeah, when T.O. just came in and just literally stole the show. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was crazy, the first awards season, the first awards night, where T.O. literally, and rightly so, because obviously, T.O., had a brilliant regular season in that first year. You kind of knew they were going to be up there for a lot of the awards. They pretty much swept the board. So, am I surprised Boston did that again this year? No, because Boston had literally an impressive season. You knew they were going to put the goals. I mean, I called goaltender of the year. I called it. So next season, so bear in mind for season 4, if at any point during season 4, I say somebody is going to be guaranteed a gong, just run with it. Just run with it. Because I think it was since episode 3 of the regular season episodes, I said locking that gong for Franco. And guess who got proven right? So, yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased. Yeah, and obviously great that Kelly Pack also got a gong, and obviously she should have got MVP as well, but hey ho. Yeah, and congratulations to Hamilton! They're gonna get themselves a gong and not play a single game yet! We didn't have much of that this year, did we? No, because obviously last year's awards, we had quite a few nominees who, by that point, had already moved teams in the expansion process. And we didn't have that awkwardness last year compared to this year. Oh well. Yeah. But, yeah. So, that is it. That is all the awards done. Done, dusted, another year. Hopefully next year the world won't be so bad to put the glad bags back on. Now I'm all purple as well this year as well. It's gonna be yeah. It's just this weather, guys. It's too bad. It's gonna be bad for at least the next week. So just yeah. So I know we do suffer for our art, but we're not gonna suffer that badly compared to people seeing previous times we've had to record the heat. Yeah, anyway. But anyway, take it, guys. And until next time.